Welcome back to the Plus Side of Nashville. You know, it's Christmas time when you see the Salvation Army red kettles and volunteers ringing the bell. Well, last year, the Salvation Army Red Kettle Campaign raised over $690,000. It's always one of my favorite ways to give back during the holiday season. And joining me now is Captain Philip Canning, the Salvation Army Area Commander. Welcome, Captain.
Hey, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
We love having you here. You know, the Red Kettle Challenge is something News Channel 5 we look forward to every year, getting out there with our kettles and ringing the bells. And last year, you surpassed your goal, and we felt like, well, we could take a little pride in the fact of making that happen. What is your goal this year?
Yeah, so our goal this year is $500,000, which is lower than last year. Yeah. Last year, we had some special needs and a specific goal we were trying to hit, and this year, we think 500,000 is going to be the magic number for us.
And I hope we will surpass that number again this year. Well, we always know it's Christmas time, like I said, when those red kettles come out. Explain how the Red Kettle campaign works.
Right. So the red kettles that you see around that are a sign of Christmas, that Christmas is definitely here, those help for our needs year-round in the community. They're associated with Christmas, but the funds go throughout the year. So these funds help us in our programs such as LifeNav, which is our homeless encampment program. It helps us with our supportive housing programs. It helps us with our youth engagement programs. So this money goes to help individuals throughout the year.
So we might see those folks outside of the grocery store ringing the bells with the kettles, but there's other ways that you can also help out with the campaign. Tell us about some of the other ways folks can help.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, putting money in the red kettle is helpful, but also, you know, you could volunteer to actually ring the bell as well, and that saves us for having to hire somebody, which means 100% of those funds in the kettle come back to people in our community to help them throughout the year. They can also, if you can't make it to a kettle or you're not a big on carrying cash, you can make a donation through our website at salvationarmynashville.org. And then, of course, outside of the red kettles, we got other volunteer opportunities, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a little while.
Yes, we definitely want to talk about more about some of the other ways that you help out in the community. Well, I know a lot of folks also associate the Salvation Army with those little angels that we see hanging on the Christmas trees throughout the city each year. Talk about your angel tree program, because it's been around as long as I've been here at News Channel 5.
Yeah, so it's been around for 40 years, the Angel Tree program, and Nashville was one of the earliest places in the Salvation Army where we saw that take root. And so it's a mainstay here in our community. It's very well known, and this year we're looking to serve approximately 7,000 children, which will be representing about 3,200 families across the metro Nashville area.
I love the fact that you can pick off an angel, and you have it laid out so easy, you know, sizes and all the things that the young person wants and needs. It's one of those programs that I just tell you, every time I pick up an angel, I feel so good about shopping for that child. And then you also help with the Angel Tree program for seniors as well.
Yes. So, yeah, it's great to be able to shop for children and get their specific needs. So when you go to adopt an angel, you're going to see needs on there. You'll see their clothing, the sizes for each piece of their clothing. You also have some of their wants. You know, what's on their wish list? What kind of toys do they want? You know, what do they want there? And then also for our seniors, age 65 plus, the same things. Clothing sizes, you know, what their wishes are. And, you know, it just brings warmth to your heart when you go shopping for these individuals, right? And you know that you're helping a real person, right? You see their name, you've got them in their hand, and those gifts are going right to that individual.
Another component to your program is the Forgotten Angels. Explain what that is all about.
Yeah, so a Forgotten Angel is exactly what it says. It's forgotten, right? And people forget for any number of reasons, right? So these are angels that somebody adopted and took with them, but the gift was never returned, right? Maybe they lost the angel, couldn't find it, you know, it got misplaced, or some unforeseen circumstance came up that did not enable them to fulfill that. And we have a good number of those every year. And so we have forgotten angels that serve as a backup for those angels that may come back with nothing, because we want to make sure that every child and every senior that has an angel in the tree receives something.
That is so wonderful. So it's so important that if you do take one of those angels off of a tree, that you definitely, and before you forget, go ahead and do that shopping and go ahead and return return that gift. So, because we don't want, any forgotten angels. If we can help it, we don't want any forgotten angels.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's super convenient. If you want to adopt an angel, we've got them in 3 malls right now. So you can go to the Mall of Green Hills, you can go to Cool Springs, and you can go to Rivergate. And all 3 of those malls have angels in them. You could adopt an angel, go shopping for it right there in the mall, and return the gift right there where you adopted it.
You make it so easy for us. It's just one of those wonderful programs and it's been around for all these years, and people look forward to, I think, being able to give back that way. It's just a very easy way to give back.
Absolutely. It's very simple, as you said, and very rewarding. And it's a family tradition for us. We adopt angels ourselves, and our kids adopt angels, and they just love being able to go shopping for another child and knowing that that child is going to have something under the tree.
I think that is a great idea. So if anyone who has children, that just makes the children bring it all home. Like if I'm going to have toys, I want to make sure, or gifts and clothes, I want to make sure other children do as well.
Absolutely.
Well, it is one of my favorite programs, and I think a lot of times, as I said, we've talked about the Red Kettle Challenge. We've talked about, of course, the Angel Tree, but there's so much more that the Salvation Army does throughout the years, and much of the money that you raise with the Red Kettle Challenge, as you said earlier, it goes to support some of your other programs. And I just think, Captain Canning, that there's a lot of people who don't realize all the great work that you do in the community. I was just shocked at program after program. You have a disaster relief service.
Yes. Yeah, and you're not in the minority in that. Some of the feedback we get often from outside studies is that people don't know all that we do. And there's so much that we do, it's hard to craft a message around everything that we do. So, yeah, everything from emergency disaster services. So, we served in the tornadoes, the flooding, and all of that here. We also respond out of town. So Hurricane Irma, recently, we have a 26-plus foot RV kitchen, that mobile kitchen that goes out to serve meals in those hit by disaster. And then our traditional services, that we've kind of already mentioned, our homeless encampment program for those that are experiencing homelessness, our supportive housing program, our youth engagement program. A lot of people don't know about, but we have youth character building programs on a regular basis, and not only do we serve the youth in that, but we also make contact with the family and provide support wraparound services to the entire family to make sure that even families that may not be aware of some of their needs have the opportunity to know what's available, and that we're there to serve them and make sure that their needs are met.
Wow. Well, we want to talk more about the Salvation Army, and we got to take a break, though. And we'll be back with more right after this. Stay with us.